Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Whatever time of day you're watching this and whatever time of day you will be watching. You're welcome to Between the Lines podcast where we talk about adolescence, parenting, and everything in between. This is our 10th episode, and in this episode, we are answering the question: Is school a scam? Is school is scam? I'm sure that many of us have heard the phrase school as scam, school as scam, school as scam. But is it? Is school really a scam? We have in the studio two Nigerian teenagers, of course, that will be answering the question from their perspective as students and, of course, as teenagers. So, welcome once again, and without wasting our time, we're going to get straight into the conversation. So, join us, I bring up our guests, Omotola Ajayi. Hello, Omotola. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine.
Unfortunately, our second guest, Victor, well, we haven't been able to get through to him. But hopefully, before the end of the session, he will come online. All right, so let's get straight into the conversation on Motala. Before we get into that, I want to say thank you for accepting to do this.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
for
You're
choosing to
welcome,
be
ma'am.
a guest. Okay, so Motala, what comes to your mind when you hear the phrase school na scam? I'm sure you have heard school na scam several times. So when you hear school na scam, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind is nobody's going to employ a SSC certificate holder.
Okay.
Nobody, like, if you even if you want to do forex, most guys be like, I feel like on like gender stuff, it's always guys, mostly the guys that are like school na scam. Every girl wants to go to school except the Pablo wife. Normally girls want to go to school, but guys are the one that like, oh, let me just make money. Money is the important thing. Money is the important thing. And I always tell them, if it happens to be like a conversation between I and someone, I always say nobody is going to employ a SSC graduate or like a SSC failure. So school na scam, but then just go. Let's not see if it's scam or it's not a scam at the long run. Let's
Abi,
just go.
abi school na scam, but go first. Let's see. Then you once if you've
Exactly,
gone to
let's
school, then
go.
you can now say maybe it is a scam or not.
Or not.
Okay. And now, do you feel like what you learn in school for someone who has passed secondary school and for someone who has done at least a year in university? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you feel like what you learn in school prepares you for real life, like life outside? What you're
it's
learning
not
in
it's
school
not about
preparing
the
you for
like
real life?
it's not about
I'm
the like
with you.
four corners of the classroom. It's about like the day-to-day activities that actually prepares you for like the life outside school. I feel like school itself is like a life. You're already living like a life because your parents are not here to make certain decisions for you. Your parents are not here to say, oh, don't go out in the night. They can only like call you and be like, don't go out in the night. If you want to go out in the night, you will go out in the night. So I feel like outside school, yes, we're actually learning for like our life, for like life after school. But because this is actually like a school, this is still like a school. This is still like a life, I mean.
So inside school is another part of life of its
Exactly.
own.
School is still
Now,
life.
okay, do you feel that when we talk about school, it's just the four walls, you know, of an environment like we have in secondary school, we have in university. When we hear school, is it that we should just picture the four walls of a school like an institution as well? Or what other meaning can you give to school?
I don't really get that question.
When we talk about school, do you refer to school as an institution? You go to school, you're
No.
referring to school as the institution.
For university, I feel like no. Because school, university is like a life on its own. You will make decisions that your parents are not aware of. So it's like there's not any institution or anything. You will make decisions, you will make mistakes. So school is life on its own. It's not like any institution. Yes, you are learning. It's like a classroom. You are learning. You're supposed to learn all your career skills and everything. But then there's still like more to that.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Do you think people read just to get grades instead of read to actually learn. There's this thing we call la cram la pop. If people just go to class, read and just answer just to pass, but are they actually reading to learn, to actually have that knowledge?
I feel like is if you prepare ahead. Let's say now we are starting like a new semester. If and we are going to write our exam April. If you start reading around January, February, March, there's no anything that you're reading to understand March. You are just reading for la cram la pour. But if you start
Mhm.
reading from around this November, then like you are reading to like understand. You are reading to like apply it. But if you wait till April or May or March, you are just reading for la cram la pour.
La
So
pop.
it's when you prepare, it's like it depends on like the duration of time you used to prepare that will determine maybe the la cram. And there are actually some other people. There are some people that when they read like 1 month or like 1 week to the exam, they actually like understand and it sticks. So everybody needs to like understand type of person they are. That oh, if I read 1 month before exam, 2 months after exam, will I still remember what I read? You just have to like understand where you like fit in.
Okay, do you think if there were no exams, the students read?
Some people will read and some people will not read. As we have exam, there are still people that don't read. They just feel like I'll get to exam all and just like ask my friend that oh yeah, what are we going to do? So I feel like is a personal question. If there's exam, some people will, if there's no exam, some people will still read. And if there's no exam, some people will not still read.
I think those who read, even when there is no exam, they fall under the category of reading to actually learn, not because they are preparing
Exactly.
for an exam. But those that
Exactly.
read simply because of an exam, they want to do just write and pass and go. Okay. Have you ever felt that, still talking about reading and exam, have you ever felt that school focuses more on memorizing than understanding? I think we have some lecturers who they want you to give them as they gave it to you. They want you to use the exact words that they used for you while they were teaching you. So do you feel that school is focusing more on memorizing than actually you learning?
School is actually focusing on you learning because you are paying school fees and they are giving you exam just like test your like ability, test what you have learned. I don't think I've experienced any like lecturer or any teacher telling me write it word for word. I have not experienced them and I don't even pray to experience them because even what I read, if I close them, if I say I should say it again, I'm still using another word. So I don't even pray to experience them and I will not experience them.
So you feel school focuses on learning
Yeah,
than
actually.
memorizing. Okay. Now, what do you think the career path that you have, chosen or that you want to choose, is school currently preparing you for that? Like, are you seeing that you're well prepared for the career path that you have chosen?
I'm just in 200 level, and I would say that I am not because in my own school, I don't know about like other schools. In my own school, 100 level, if you can do with that 100 level in this school, just don't stress yourself because that 100 level, what you are doing is things you did in secondary school, and that's what they're asking you questions. You are doing physics, chemistry, biology, maths. I did that in secondary school. When I came to school, I was expecting something like, oh, you do GST is English. So I was expecting all those type of coding like GST and now 112 and now something something. When I got in, I was seeing biology. I was like, biology. So right now, I'm not they are not preparing me for any like career paths, anything. But then this 200 level, I've seen like the course outline and I feel like okay, it's like it's getting tough.
Okay, don't you feel, or do you think that those 100 level courses, they are like foundations or preparation ground for you, so that they don't want you to just jump into the actual
No,
core, courses?
there's no any
No.
foundation because it was I'm doing physiology and you people were teaching us animal and plants in my biology. Like this thing does not relate. It's not joining. What do I
It's
need
not
animal and
relating.
plants to do? It not join. I don't need this thing.
Okay. Speaking of, let me just comment on the fact that you say you don't need this thing. I teach in secondary school, and sometimes my students will be like, I don't need this subject, I don't need this subject when they want to register for WAEC. I
Why?
don't need, and I'll tell them that it's true that on paper or for exam you don't actually need it, but in life you may. Some people say, I've been working in bank for the past 5 years, I've not used the YDX. in the bank. I've not used only what I've learned in secondary school in the bank. It's true, but I still feel it that you should know as a human being, know something about everything. I feel
Everything.
that's why they expose students to several things, because as a person you should know something about everything. That may not
Everything
actually be your career path or your major course, but at least if they pick up a topic, you should be able to say something. Or pick up a
about
course,
it.
you should be able to say something, no matter how little or it. I feel that's the essence of giving students so many courses, to prepare them for life, because truly we don't know where we're going to find ourselves in the next 5, 10 years. Those
I wish I
courses may be
actually knew this
foundational.
earlier. I wish I knew this earlier. I was supposed to do French when I was in um SS class, because some science students actually took French. They just took it for
Okay.
like, I just want to learn French. Me, GS1 to GS, I was not even serious with the whole French class. And now I need French. I'm doing French this semester. And I'm just
Really? You
like,
see?
what do I
You
want to
see?
do? And I asked like people that are in 300 level, they were like, if they come to class, thank God. If they did not come, you people will try write the exam and you must. I'm like, what do I want to do? This is
You
2 unit
see?
course.
That's the point. Know something about everything. No knowledge is wasted. No
Wasted.
knowledge is wasted at all. Okay, so I think that you have learned something now.
Yes.
Whatever they teach, just take it. It's part of learning. Okay, so do you believe that passion and skills matter more than certificates? Some people have
Yes.
skills. Do you believe it matters more than certificates?
Not more than certificates. Not more. Not fully more than certificates, but then it does matter, but not like up to a certificate. It doesn't like match. It doesn't. The scale doesn't like match that of of a degree, of a certificate.
Okay. Can you expatiate?
I feel like a degree, a degree, you own it. You worked for it. There's no how you cannot hold a degree without like having to like have something about it. You can have a skill and not like know everything about the skill. But for you to have a certificate, you have to like know at least 90% of what is about that thing in the certificate. You can have it like now, I know how to knit, but I don't know how to knit very well. I have a skill, but I'm not like very, very perfect on it. I have SSC certificates, but my grades are my grades. I was the one that worked for it.
Okay, okay. Preach. Thank you. Thank you. Before we go further, I just want to also add on the know something about everything we're talking about earlier. I don't know if you've seen this movie, The Boy That Harnessed the Wind.
No.
The Boy That Harnessed the Wind. I don't know if you've heard about it or if you've seen it. For those that are saying school and scam, like you said, they should go to school first, and then let's see if they will still say school and scam. School is just like a found. So this is how I say it. School is to give you foundation. One, we cannot teach you everything in school. I tell my students, I teach in a government secondary school, and I tell my students that we cannot teach you everything in school. We have 5 days in a week, 40 minutes per period, and whatever we're teaching you is so broad. How do you expect us to compress everything? So we pick the basics and teach you. We are laying the foundation. When you go out there, you build upon the foundation. So this boy, the boy that harnessed the wind, he was sent out of school because he couldn't pay his school fees. But he just knew that he wanted to gain something from school. So he went back to school, picked up a textbook, and read it. That was where he saw how to build a windmill in school. And he built the windmill from the textbook that he got to school. So I feel those who are saying school na scam or school is a scam, they just go there to do la cram, la pour, la forget. They don't want to actually learn. Because if you see anybody who actually went to school, nobody they will not tell you that school is a scam, because they went there with a purpose. They went there with an intention. It's those who just, oh, let's just go to school. Some don't even go to class. So, like I said, some don't even read for exam. They are the ones that will come out and now open their mouth and say, school is a scam. Okay, so if you could, let me ask this question: if you could redesign the Nigerian school system, if you ask people, they'll say that we still need some amendments here and there in the Nigerian education system. So if you could redesign it, what is one thing that you would change? What change would you make in the Nigerian education system?
Is it for secondary or for uni?
Let's both for secondary and uni. Let's start with secondary first.
For secondary, I feel like the wait, what can I change? I feel like every student should be able to pick like the courses. Okay, you said no knowledge is wasted. But then, even to that extent, they should still be able to like pick what they want and what they don't want. Some people have passion for like some courses that, oh, I really, really have passion for this particular course. And then you hear, oh, you cannot do it. It's for art students. I like there was a time I actually had like interest in like government. I really wanted to like know what government means, like what, oh, this thing. I'd be like, oh, according to Kinikon. I really wanted to like learn it, but in my school when they were doing government, we were having chemistry class. It makes no sense for me to leave chemistry class and go to like government class. I feel like they should also like let science students have like a little bit of knowledge in the art students own, and like vice versa. Let it enter like that commercial class to let them have like a little bit of knowledge. There was a time I actually wanted to like learn about this commerce. I was very, very good in business studies, all those table, all those stuff. I was actually kind of
Good for
good in
long
it.
high
And
school.
because I didn't want to go to commercial class, but I was good in it. And anyway, if I go to science class, not like I was going to fail. So let me just go to science class. But I still wanted, but it's not possible. When they were doing that their commerce was when we were doing our own chemistry. So it makes no sense for me to start chemistry class and for uni, I feel like those lecturers, some of them are already too old. They should just like let them be going and then like bring fresh blood. They are like ready to like teach. They are ready to like teach, ready to like teach properly. Not just come to class and come and be dictating notes. I have the slides. I can sit down at home and read the slides. I know how to read. Come to the class and explain the slides to me. Don't read for me.
Okay, thank you. And to talk on the secondary school one that you mentioned, it's just like a university. I don't know if they do it in your school, but in OAU, outside of your departments, you also take courses from other departments. I've forgotten what they call it in OAU
Bird
then.
course.
What do you call it?
Bird course.
I've forgotten what they call it, but you will take this one. They don't have unit, so they don't have your CGPA, but you have to take them. You could pick from any other department outside of your faculty. So I feel like what you're saying is the same thing should be done in secondary school, where
Secondary
outside of
school.
your department you can also take courses, outside maybe in science and in commercial. If you're an art student, it's also good to help broaden your knowledge and all. So I think that's a very good change that you want
Yeah.
to make. Then for the university, you said lecturers are too old. Do we have people who actually want to lecture? Do you think we have people who actually want to replace these lecturers?
They are like student lecturers. They are like students, all these young student lecturers. But most times you just like leave them in the lab. Why should student lecturer be in the lab? I feel like they are lecturers. They actually choose the path. They chose the path that, oh, I want to be a lecturer. Let them come to the classes and like lecture us. Don't just put them in the lab and let them be teaching us titration. Let them come to classes and like teach us like normal. So yes.
Okay. Let me ask this question. If school wasn't compulsory, like if it wasn't compulsory, or it's not compulsory anyways, but it wasn't that necessary to go to school, would you still go to school? That's A. That's A. That then B. Do you think that school is for everybody? It's school for everybody.
Personally, I feel like school is for everybody.
Okay.
It's not like just like get like a degree. As I tell like people, I be like, it's not just like get the certificate. It's about the people you meet. It's about the connections you make. It's about like there's no how. If you enter school, your thinking is going to change somehow. Not like you're going to get pride or you're going to get proud or something, but like you will have like a different mentality that, oh, things doesn't just work out this way. Oh, if school wasn't compulsory, I will still go to school. I will still go to school because what do I want to be doing? TikTok will not forever pay, YouTube will not forever pay, but then your certificate is going to forever be with you. So it's not
Yeah, that
about
is
the old classroom, the old degree. It's about the connections you make. It's about the like mistakes you make. It's about the decisions you make.
okay. Sorry, I'm noting down your points. You are actually right, and I support you. And like I was saying, I tell my students that we teach you the foundation, and also it is not only book that you come to learn in school. That's what I tell them. You're not just here to learn what is, define this, list this. You also learn to learn other things. you will get exposure. You will have exposure, especially in the university. You will be exposed. I tell them that secondary school, you're a local champion. No? You're in this
Mhm.
four walls of this area. You're a local champion. When you gain admission and then you enter university, you would see that where you came from, where you're coming from, is just a small village compared to what university looks like. So don't just have it in the mind that you want to go and read or just learn about book, which is very fine. That's what university is used for. But then there's the exposure, there's the network, there's the connection. There are other things that you can learn, inside school. So even if school is not compulsory, I feel it's still necessary to an extent that people should go. So the second
Yes.
question was, the school meant for? Have you answered that the school meant for everybody?
No, you haven't. I
Yeah, have you answered that?
school is meant for everybody as long as like you have the capacity. As long as you have nobody's a dullard. One of my mentors will say nobody's a dullard. It's you that have not read that book. He will tell you that
Is
before you say that you have read something, before you say that you are prepared for an exam, you have to have read it 5 times. Firstly, scroll through it, just run your eyes through it, just run your eyes through it. Secondly, run your eyes through it, and then like the words that you don't understand the meaning, go and search about it, write it down. Thirdly, run through it, read it, try to like assimilate. Fourth time, run through it again, read it this time around, let it sink in your head. The fifth time, close it and then like try to see if you can actually remember it. Then it has sticked in your head. You are now prepared for an exam. So I don't think anybody's going to read some a particular topic 5 times and still not understand it. If you can read a particular topic 5 times and still not understand it, then you can now say, "Oh, school is not meant for me."
okay. Well, for me, I wouldn't say that school is meant for everybody, and at the same time, I wouldn't say school is not meant for everybody. Just like you said, it depends on your ability if you can carry it. But do you feel that there are some courses that should not be taught in schools based on the century that we are in, based on our
Yes, there are
generation, and
some
based on
courses that you don't
there are some
need.
courses that
Especially if you think you want to actually continue to, you don't even courses like political science, you don't need it. What do you want to use political science to do in like nine? Is your father a politician? What do you want to use political science to do
what
now?
if the person wants to become a politician?
If you want to become a, I don't think you will actually gain anything about political, being a politician and being in political science. Me no, don't let me say it and now look like someone that did not have brain sha, but personally, I don't think there's nothing you want to use political science to do, because if you even, I don't think we are using the same. I don't think they teach them the same constitution of like America, United Kingdom. I don't think they teach them those constitution. I feel like it's only Nigeria constitution they teach them in political science. So in Nigeria,
Okay, and the thing is, many of our politicians, I'm sure they did not study
they did
political
not study
science.
political science. It's about
It,
how your father have connection in this Nigeria.
yes, I feel it's just the way the African politics is. Corruption has just entered their house.
Mm,
Okay, so what other course do you think should be scrapped from the university?
me, oh, it's always political science I have beef with. Cause what do you mean political science?
What is your
Maybe
beef with
history.
political
Maybe
science?
history. Because what do you want to use history to do? What do you want to write storybooks? What do you want to use history to do?
But you don't think history is needed. For you to know, history is like a pattern that can help you predict the future as a way.
If I want to learn history as I am like this, what you want to use 4 years of your life to go and learn in school, I can sit down for like maybe one maximum of 1 year. I will sit down with my phone or my laptop and then like learn everything. So why do you need to go to school to learn history?
Okay, true. I get your point that there are some courses that you don't need to actually go to school to
If
learn
you just
them.
have interest for it, sit down with it and learn it in like your room or something.
There are many online tutorials now. Let me put it that way. There's Coursera, there's Allison. They teach you. You don't need to gain admission and learn some of these courses. You can just go to those websites and of course learn them. So I agree with you that some schools should be scrapped from the university. Okay. Let me ask this question. Do you feel Do you feel school contributes to teenagers' stress or anxiety?
Yes, both stress, anxiety, active. Because let me use like myself for as an example. When I gained admission, I stayed at home for like 2 years. Not like I was looking for admission. I stayed at home for 2 years for like personal reasons, sha. So when I gained admission, I will not say I was a dullard, but then like there was nothing, there was really nothing on my head. I was just dumb headed. So when I gained admission, I knew I didn't want to like my school was like a principle like, oh, people were already telling us, oh, if you did not do very well, they'll change your course, they will chase you out of the school. Everybody was just saying their own. My roommates would come home and be like, oh, I heard that if you did not get CGP of Kinikon, they're going to chase you out of the school. Me, I'm like, you people should slow down, oh, you people should wait. Because and in my hostel, everybody was like, everybody claimed to be like bookworm, like me, I was the first position in my class. Me, I'm like, you people should wait, oh, we're over 100 in our class. I cannot be first position, oh. You people should wait. So when we wanted to write tests, immediately we resumed like this period, November. I started going tutorial November. I started reading November for exam of like April. I started reading, I started doing everything because oh yeah, now we have already entered school, and when you are coming to school, your parents will use advice to wound you. So all the advice were still active in my body that this exam, this school, myself, I must gain something, I must have a good result. I don't want to put my parents to shame. So there was a time so that anxiety was active in me. I went to write test. These questions, I've done it, like I've seen something relatable to it, but I was so tense. I was so tense, like I must pass for this test, I must do very well. Somehow I was just speaking. Thank God that the person that sat down beside me, we were like friends, and he saw me when I was reading. We read together at some point. So there was I was about to press submit, and he was like, hold on, let us like check together because it was with our phones. So it was like, wait, let me see what you put. Then it was like, this thing you said it when you were reading. This is not the answer. This is the answer. I was like, wait, are you sure? He was like, yes, this is the answer. I was like, I'm hoping on you. If I am wrong, I will kill you. I picked it. The second one was like, what up? Like five. He changed like 5 out of 15 questions. When he came out, I went to go and check. Then he was like, be doing this thing small, small. Oh. You are too. So yes, you will be stressed. And when it comes to reading, then I will go for a night class, go for tutorial, go for it. You will be stressed. You will be stressed. And most people be like, oh, school is stressful. I'm like, what do you expect? What do you expect? It's supposed to be fun, and yes, at some point to be fun. But yes, you are still supposed to be stressed. That's why you're in school. Yes, you'll be stressed.
So you think the more the stress, the more the essence of the school. I don't know if you get the question. The more school stress, so the more you feel yes, I'm in school, I'm in school. Is it the level of stress that will determine okay now you're in school or you're actually
Yes.
learning?
No,
Really?
no. The fact that you are stressed does not mean that you are learning. The fact that you are stressed does not mean that you are learning. How I was going for night class and everything. When my results still came out, yes, everybody, people were, my parents were like, "Oh, you tried," and but then I knew that like the stress I passed through.
Okay, I think my network. I guess our network. Omotola. Okay. Oops. And she is out. Okay, if you're just joining us, we're talking about, or we're answering the question, is school is scam? And unfortunately, our second guest has been unable to join us thus far. And our guest, Omotala, has, given her own opinion and said school is not a scam. If you think school is a scam, enter school first. Then you can tell us if school is a scam or not. I hope she will join us. Like, I hope our network is stable and then she will join us. So I'm just going to, answer some of the questions that I've asked now based on my own perspective. So I also feel that school is not a scam because I think people, have different expectations when they enter school, be it secondary school, be it university. People have different expectations, different mindsets towards school. So it's the expectations that you're taking or the mindset that you enter school with that will determine if you see school as a scam or not. Nobody wants to just take your money and leave you stranded in a school setting. So if you feel that, oh, you just want to get enter, read, and all of that and just pass exam, school may feel like a scam to you because you did not actually lay the correct foundation. Welcome back, Omotela.
My
I believe
network. Welcome to Nigeria.
I believe it was your answer. So you were answering the question, if the more the stress, the more the fact that you're learning.
No, it does not like equate like that. It doesn't work that way. The fact that you are being stressed does not mean you are on the right
Actually
path,
learning.
or that you are going to get a good grade because you're on the right path. Because you are stressed does not mean that. You could be stressed, you could be reading and not understanding. You could be reading and not like getting it. You could be
True,
reading and it's
true,
not sticking.
true, true, true. Okay, so what part of school stresses you the most as an individual? Is it exam? Is it your lecturers? Is it your parental expectations or societal expectation? Which one that when you think about it gives you anxiety?
I feel like it is me. Nobody influences my own activity. Nobody influences my own decision. My parents, when we saw our results like in our hostel, this one was like, oh, my parents are I was like, my parents don't really like care. My own daddy will tell you, you are going to school because of yourself, not because of me. If you make it now, you buy yourself a car, you buy yourself a house before you now think of, oh, let me buy my daddy a car.
Yeah.
You are doing it for yourself. So me, I don't think anybody is, but it's only when I think about it that, oh, I really, really want to be successful. That's when I feel pressured. Not that anybody's pressurizing me. I'm the last born of my house, but still, people feel like because you're the last born, or your parents will be like, oh, look at your first born, look at your second born. My parents are not like that. Anything you get it for yourself. It's not anybody's business. So I pressurize myself.
Okay. So it's internal pressure. It's not external. Okay, do you feel lecturers understand the struggles that students face?
Personally, I've not really had that like communication with like lecturers. I've not really had that intimate you get that like connection with lecturers that will not be able to say that, oh, this lecturer understands students, this lecturer does not. That I've not had. My own is to go to class and come outside. I don't question lecturers or stuff. But then there are some lecturers that in the class they be like, oh, these students, hey, kinka way, people just play around, something like that. And there are some lecturers actually like, oh, just calm down, take your time and read. If you read, you will understand. So there are different lecturers and different way of teaching and different understanding of education.
So different lecturers, different methods, different mindsets. Okay. Okay. Are students learning life skills or emotional skills in school, or is it just book? Do you feel that other skills should be taught in school, not just the courses or the books? Other emotional skills, other life skills should be taught in school.
Nobody's going to like teach you emotional skill. You have to like learn it yourself. And there's no how. You learn it. You have to. It's like part of you. Because you have to like relate to like people. This is a different, even if you're like schooling in the same state, but then you are relating with different people. You are relating with market women, you are relating with bus drivers. So there's no how. You understand that, oh, if I talk this way, they will like misquote me or like misunderstand me and take it for this way. So you have to like, even if you are angry and you are going out, you have to like calm yourself down before you talk to people. So there's no how. You have to learn it yourself. It has to be you. The change has to like start from you. Did I
Well,
like guess the
change
question?
starts from you. Okay, so I feel like those are part of the things that you learn in school, but you are not taught in school, but you
Exactly.
learn it in school.
Exactly.
There are
You will
many
learn
things
like
that you
something that nobody's going to teach you. You be the one to
teach
learn it.
you. Yeah, there are many things that they will not teach you, but you have to learn it. in school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's part of the invisible curriculum or written curriculum, or how do you
Exactly.
put it?
And I feel
Okay,
like
so it's
even if you didn't go to school, you still like learn some of it, because you still have to like relate to people, but it might not be up to that. It might not be up to that.
so for before we are rounding up now. Unfortunately, our second guest could not join us. I don't know what happened. I hope he's fine. But we'll be rounding up very soon. So in all, so far, do you believe that school is a scam? If anybody should ask you, school is scam, what's your straightforward answer?
No, school is not a scam. And my key point is still, nobody's going to employ SSC certificate holder for like a big company. That money that you think you need, nobody's going to employ you with that certificate that you gained when you did not when you did not start having the thinking of school is not, and school is a scam. Nobody's going to employ you with that certificate with you. So if school is a scam, go. Let us see. Just go.
And then
Go
go
first,
to
and
school,
then let
then
us
come
see
back
if
and
it's
tell
actually
us
a scam.
if it is a scam or not. Okay, so
And
for
then
those
it's
who
not
believe
school.
that, I'm with you.
It's not only academics that you learn in school. I tell people that if I have the money to send my children to like one of the best schools in Nigeria, I will send them, because personally I think it's not only like education that you are learning in school. You are gaining connection. You are gaining, whether you like it or not. It's those people that are around you that are like the connection your children will have. Or you need something in this particular place. It's those people around you, those people you meet, those your roommates, those your course mates, those your housemates, those people that actually the connection you need. Those connection that remember, be like, oh, don't worry, just be going, I'll call the person. That I'll
Yes,
call the person. Those are the connection that you are making now. Those are the
yes,
connections you are making. So people that go to poly, I don't say people that go to poly are not going to school, but then like you cannot compare somebody that went to polytechnic with someone that went to Babcock. The connection that you are going to meet there. Some people like try to like go to Olori and be like, oh, it's a lie. You can still meet somebody that me, oh, personally, oh. The connection is not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
mm. Okay. Now that you have mentioned police, something came to my mind. Do you feel that why is there this discrimination? Yes, that's the word, against polytechnic graduates. There's always this discrimination, this disparity between poly graduates and university graduates. I had a friend who is very good, very sound, but he finished from poly and he's always ashamed. He's always shy to say that he went to polytechnic. He said he's still going to further and go to university. So I'm like, but this boy is very good. So why is there so much discrimination between poly graduates and university? Some people be ashamed to tell people that I finished from polytechnic. Why do you think there's so much discrimination
I
against
feel
them?
like it's the society we met ourselves. My mom will always say something. My mom will be like, all this private school and all this public school, it's just like the society. It's the government that have like corrupted everything. Mom will say in our family, mommy came from a family of 8. I think there are 8 children. And mom will say everybody went to public school. And now they have banker, they have an engineer, they have doctor, they have nurse, they have professor. Everybody went to public school. So before, that's when polytechnic was something big and everything. Mommy went to a polytechnic and she will always say it. What they taught us in polytechnic is the same thing they are teaching people in university. But now I cannot advise somebody to, she will say that she can't advise anybody to go to poly, because they have corrupted everything. The lecturers are not ready to teach. My brother went to poly and then like he later went to uni, and he always says that he just wasted his time there because he did civil engineering in poly, and he be like he didn't gain anything. The lecturers were just coming to collect money for handouts. So that's just it. When you go to poly, just to have, let me shall just have this degree, let me shall run away from home, let them to say that I'm to have gone to school.
Okay, so the poly of now is not the same as polytechnic of
Exactly, it's not the same as polytechnic of before, according to
I,
our parents.
I feel that this polytechnic versus university is another topic on its own. Let those who are actually into it come and tell us why there's so much discrimination against polytechnic and why there's so much disparity. Some people will not employ a university, a polytechnic graduate
HND.
simply because they went to HND, yeah, simply because it is HND. But some HND graduates are smarter than some university graduates. True, true. But in the corporate world, we want to see the university that
I feel like if you're
graduates.
even going to poly now, you have to do like some other online courses because jokes apart, I don't think anybody's going to employ you with that HND you are holding. Me, I'm not bored though. I'm always says that you are not bored. Don't say never. They
See,
can
yes,
find job more than
true.
somebody that went to first when the one someone that graduated with first class in OAU or UI. Never say never. So but how you are in poly, still try to like do some online courses and still like get some certificates that you can add to that certificate to make it carry a little bit weight and
Wait. Mm, true. Even as a university graduate, you can't just rely on that certificate alone. You still have to add,
you
skills
still have to
and some
add. You
other
still need
things
to
to
like
your certificate. So be it HND, be it OND, be it BSc, you should not be redundant. We keep learning. We keep learning every day. So
mm,
that even if you graduated, even if you're still in school, learning never ends. The moment you stop learning, it means that you are dead.
you're
Only the
dead.
dead that cannot learn. Learning continues till we die. Okay, Whatever, it's been an interesting conversation with you. Okay, finally, one advice, two in one. What advice would you give to people who say school na scam? One. Two, what advice would you give to parents, teachers, to ease the learning process for students? Teachers, lecturers, to ease the learning process for students.
I'll start with like the second question. The second question, I feel like if you chose to be a lecturer for like a reason, you chose to be a teacher for a reason. I feel like everybody has something. Most times when like lecturers and teachers like react, I just feel like, oh, everybody's passing through one thing or the other. But then like whatever you're passing through from home, don't let it like weigh your day down. Don't let it affect the way you like relate to other people. You can see them as small children, but they actually have like things that that's for like people that like secondary school. You can see them as though you're just a GSC, you don't have anything disturbing you. Mm-mm. GSC students actually has something he's thinking about, he or she is thinking about. So don't let anything that you have been passing through at home now come to school and come and weigh you down with the way you are supposed to like relate with your students. You're supposed to like laugh with them, let them feel relaxed. Don't because oh your husband shouted at you or your children have not eaten, now come to school and come and be transferring aggression. It shouldn't be. And for lecturers, let them to be ready to like teach. And for secondary school teachers too, let's like stop comparison. I feel like most students have like, actually like missed their way because like their teachers have been like comparing like, oh, look at this student, he's the one that's always carrying first position. All of you do not have sense. Like let's reduce comparison to like a tangible like state, a tangible point. Let's reduce comparison. And my advice for people that still think school is a scam is go to school first. Let us see what the scam is. Go to school and you will see if it's either a scam or not. You just try it out first.
Okay, I think one of the reasons why people say school is a school and scam is the fact that those people that they see that have money, they are the ones that either didn't go to school or they are not working with what they studied in school. I don't want to mention name, but we know of someone who, I don't know if he went to school, but is rich, and he has become role model to other people. That is why people say school na scam, because those they see that have money, they did not go to school or they're not working with what they read in school.
I feel like those people that went to school, I don't know for people that didn't went to school and later became successful. I don't know. But then
Of
everybody
course, we
has
know
different
sorry,
destiny, I beg.
we know the success is illegal as well.
Exactly. At some point, it gets illegal. But then
Yeah.
people that went to school have the certificates, but didn't later work with the certificates are the ones that I say that oh, the connections you make. There's no how they are going to tell their story. That they are not going to link it up to someone they met in uni. There's no how they are going to tell their story without linking it to oh, so when I was in 200 level, when I was in 300 level, I met with this person that taught me about something, that told me something, that said something. There is no how. They will still link it somehow back to someone they met in uni. So you still need uni, you still need school.
Students. Okay. Thank you very much, Awatala and Jai. It's been
Yes.
an interesting session. So to everyone who is listening, school no dey scam. If you have anybody around you who is saying they will not go to school na scam, school na scam. Please encourage them to go to school. School is not only book. I'm sure they are saying school now scam because they feel it's only book that they want to go and learn in school. But no, school is beyond, the books and the courses that you do. There are other things that you can even learn. Some people start their business in school and grow. Some big names that we know some started in school. At least I know of this Tara Duroto, which she started her makeup business in school, and now she's a household name. So it's beyond book. There are other things that you can also start from or learn from in school that will, help you in the outside world. Okay, we have come to the end of this episode. Is school is scam? And the straightforward answer is no. Our guest will be going. Before you go back, is there anything you want to tell our listeners? Any final word? Anything before you go backstage?
What do you say, ma?
I said before you go backstage, is there a final word you want to tell our listeners or people who are watching?
I think I've said everything. I've said it all. School is not a scam. Try to go to school if you have the capacity. And there's nobody that doesn't have capacity to go to school. If you feel like nobody's a dullard, try to go to school. And when you get to school, try to like make good companies. Try to like work with have each friend for each aspect of life. Have friends that you can call when you need prayers. Have friends you can call when you need money. Have friends for each aspect of life. And yes, you'll be able to say school is not a scam.
Thank you very much. So Masala will be going backstage now as we bring the episode to a close. Bye, Masala. Okay, so we have come to the end, and I'm just going to add this that school na scam is, or if whether school is a scam or not, is a very broad topic, and it needs in-depth, you know, um, session to actually talk about it because there's a lot that happens in school that can make someone say school is a scam, sorry, or school is not a scam. But personally, I feel that school is not a scam. It is true that many people did not go to school are making it, but you realize that in the end, they still go back to school. School is the basic, school is the foundation that every other thing can be built upon. Those that are saying school and scam can actually list people that, oh, this footballer especially didn't go to school and all. But you see that in some of the lives of these footballers, you have seen the results of illiteracy, and some of them have to go back. Some musicians too have to go back to school because in the end, school is not a scam. You need it. You need it. All right. So thank you very much for watching up to this point. I am very, very grateful. I'll see you in the next episode of Between the Lines podcast, which will come up, of course, in 2 weeks' time. Until then, I remain your host, Kemi Abiodo. Encourage people out there to go to school. School is not a scam. Thank you once again. Bye.